close your eyes and allow this moment to be only for you. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to understand anything. Simply listen and let yourself be carried. As you listen to my voice, your body begins to respond in a natural way, as if it recognized this space, as if it already knew what it has to do. Perhaps you have been feeling discomfort in your lower back for some time. Perhaps that pain runs through your back, goes down into the leg, or appears without warning, tightening, blocking, limiting. And for a long time, you may have thought that something is wrong, that your body is failing, that there is something to fix. But tonight, you are going to begin to see this from another place. Your body is not failing. Your body is protecting you. That pain, that tension, that discomfort is not a mistake. It is a message. A deep language of your nervous system, which has learned to stay on alert, which has accumulated memories, experiences, emotions that little by little have remained stored in the form of tension. Because your nervous system does not distinguish between what happened and what it still believes could happen. And when it feels that it needs to protect you, it activates the body, contracts muscles, creates pressure, and over time, that can manifest as pain, especially in areas like the lower back, where you carry, support, endure much more than you are sometimes aware of. But now, in this moment, all of that can begin to change, because in the instant when your body perceives safety, in the instant when your mind stops resisting, something reorganizes within you. Tonight, you are not going to fight the pain. You are not going to try to eliminate it. You are going to allow it to transform. You are going to teach your body that it no longer needs to protect itself in the same way, that it can let go, that it can trust, that it can return to its natural state of balance. And while you continue listening to my voice, something very deep begins to activate inside you. A silent, intelligent, automatic process. Your body entering repair mode. Your nervous system beginning to calm down, to reorganize, to find new ways of responding without effort, without forcing, without trying. because there is an intelligence within you that knows exactly how to heal. And tonight, you are giving it permission to do so. Now, just remain here, listening, breathing, because the most important thing has already begun. And now, effortlessly, gently bring your attention to the breath, without changing anything at first. Just observe how the air comes in and how the air goes out, like a natural, automatic movement, like the waves of the sea. And little by little, allow the breathing to become slower, deeper, softer. Inhale slowly through the nose, filling the body with air. And exhale slowly, letting everything begin to loosen. Again, inhale, and as you exhale, let go. Each exhalation is a signal to your body that it can relax more, that it can slow down, that it can enter a deeper state. And while you breathe, begin to bring your attention to your feet. Feel your feet, perhaps a slight tingling sensation, perhaps warmth, or simply presence. And now, allow your feet to relax completely, as if they were becoming heavier, looser, as if they were sinking slightly. And that sensation begins to rise slowly through your legs, calves, knees, thighs. Each area you pass through with your attention begins to loosen, release. Let go of any accumulated tension, as if something were being softly deactivated, as if the body understood that it no longer needs to hold anything else. And now, bring that attention to your hips. Allow them to relax deeply, to open, to let go. And from there, descend even deeper within yourself, toward the lower back, that space where so often the load accumulates, the tension, the effort. And without doing anything, only feeling, allow that area to begin to soften, as if a gentle warmth were beginning to wrap around it, as if each breath loosened it a little more and a little more. Let go. You do not have to hold anything now. And that relaxation begins to rise through your whole back, middle back, shoulder blades, upper back, like a slow wave moving through your entire body, releasing, unlocking, letting go. And now your neck. Allow it to relax completely, as if the weight disappeared. And finally, your head, jaw loose, tongue relaxed, eyes resting, forehead smooth, the whole face completely calm. And at this point, perhaps you begin to feel a pleasant heaviness in the body, as if every part became denser, calmer, deeper. And at the same time, a sensation of warmth, of expansion, of release, as if the body were entering another state. A state where everything moves more slowly, where the mind stops interfering, where the nervous system begins to reorganize. And while you continue breathing, your brain begins to change frequency. You leave behind the accelerated rhythm of the day and enter slower waves. Deep waves, soft waves, waves that allow healing. The theta state, the state between sleep and wakefulness, where the body repairs itself and the mind is reprogrammed. And without realizing it, you are already entering there. Deeper, looser, more connected with yourself. Simply let yourself be carried, because now your whole system is prepared to heal. And now, in this state where your body is already beginning to let go and your mind becomes more silent, you are going to begin to feel something very important. Gently bring your attention to the area where the pain usually appears, perhaps in the lower back, perhaps along the path of the sciatic nerve, perhaps radiating toward the leg. Do not try to change anything. Only observe. Feel that area exactly as it is now. And as you observe it, I want you to begin to realize something. That pain you feel is not the problem. It is a signal from your nervous system, indicating that it has been on alert longer than necessary. And now, while you continue breathing, allow your body to understand something new. Imagine that within you there is a system, like an intelligent network, that runs through your whole body. That system is your nervous system. And for a long time, it has learned to protect you, perhaps through stress, moments of pressure, of demand, of emotions that remained inside. And every time that happened, your body responded. First, with a slight tension, then with more intensity, after that with stiffness, until at some point the pain appeared. Now, without needing to analyze it, just feel it. Feel how that area has been holding more than it needed to. And now, we are going to teach it something new. With every breath, you are going to send it a signal of safety. Inhale slowly, and as you exhale, imagine that area receiving the message, you are safe. Again, inhale, and as you exhale, allow the tension to begin to decrease, very gently, without forcing, only allowing. And while you do this, something very deep begins to happen. Your brain begins to reinterpret that signal, because pain is not only in the body, it is generated in the brain. And right now, your brain is learning something new. It is learning that it no longer needs to activate that alert, that it can lower the intensity, that it can let go of that automatic response. And here is where something powerful happens. Your brain has the capacity to change, to create new connections, to reorganize itself. This is called neural plasticity. And right now, in this deep state you are in, that capacity is more active than ever. So, while you continue breathing, imagine that within your brain, new connections begin to form. Connections of calm, of safety, of trust in your body. And at the same time, the old connections, the ones that maintained pain, tension, constant alert, begin to weaken, to dissolve, to disappear little by little, without effort, in a natural way, as if your system were updating itself. And now, bring your attention again to the lower back, to the sciatic nerve, and notice, even if only slightly, how something begins to change. Perhaps a slight release, perhaps more space, perhaps more softness. It does not need to be perfect, only different, because that is already a sign that your body is responding, your brain is learning, and your system is changing. And in this moment, imprint this within you. Your brain can relearn safety. And when it does, your body responds. Now, remain here for a few moments, feeling, allowing, because this process is already underway. And now, in this state, where your body has already begun to change, we are going to go a little deeper. Bring your attention again to the area where you previously felt the most intensity, the lower back, the path of the sciatic nerve. And this time, instead of observing it as before, you are going to begin to perceive it as if it were energy. Not as something fixed, not as something solid, but as a form, a density, a vibration. Perhaps you feel it as pressure, as warmth, as something compressed, or even like a kind of dense cloud. And that is fine. However it appears, just observe it. And now, imagine that every time you inhale, you bring air, space, awareness directly to that area. And as you exhale, that density begins to loosen, as if it were relaxing, as if it were opening, as if it were losing strength. Again, inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let a part of that energy be released. It may come out like smoke, like vapor, like a sensation dissolving, and you do not need to push, only allow. Because that energy no longer needs to be there. Your body has been holding it because it thought it was necessary. But now it can let go. And while you continue breathing, each exhalation becomes a release, deeper, more complete, as if each layer were peeling away. First, the most superficial, then the deepest. And in this process, perhaps new sensations appear. Movement, warmth, lightness, or even small waves of release. And all of that is a sign that the body is letting go. Now, very gently, you can begin to say inwardly, effortlessly, I do not need to hold this anymore. And let that phrase not be only words, but a signal reaching directly into your nervous system. Again, I do not need to hold this anymore. And feel how the body responds, how that area begins to loosen even more. And now, allow one final exhalation to be deeper, longer. And in that exhalation, imagine that you release everything that remains, all the residue, all the burden, everything you no longer need. Let it go completely. And for a few moments, remain feeling that space, that new space in your body, where before there was tension, and now there begins to be more openness, more softness, more freedom, without doing anything else, only feeling, because when you let go, your body begins to reorganize by itself. And now, in this new space you have created within your body, we are going to bring your system to an even deeper level of calm. Because there is something you need to know. Your body only heals when it feels safe. And in this moment, you can begin to give it that signal. Gently bring your attention to the center of your chest without changing anything, only feeling. And now, imagine that at that point, a light begins to switch on. A soft, warm, calm light, like a presence that does not push, that does not force. It simply is. And with every breath, that light begins to expand. Inhale and feel it grow. Exhale and let it spread. That light begins to fill your chest, and little by little begins to descend toward the lower back, very slowly, without hurry, as if it knew exactly where to go. And when it reaches that area, it simply wraps around it without doing anything else. Only presence, only warmth, only safety. And in that moment, your nervous system receives a clear message. There is no danger. You can let go. You can relax. And perhaps you begin to notice something very subtle, a change in the inner rhythm, a feeling of greater openness, as if the body were shifting down a gear, as if everything were becoming slower, softer. And this is your nervous system changing state, leaving alert, entering regulation, activating that inner system that calms, that repairs, that balances. The vagus nerve, that deep pathway that connects your mind with your body and tells it everything is okay. And while this signal activates, your breathing becomes even slower, your heart more stable, your body more receptive. And now, imagine that this light not only wraps around the lower back, but begins to move through your entire spine, from below to above, like a continuous, soft, harmonious flow, bringing calm, bringing order, bringing balance. And along that path, every point, every muscle, every nerve receives that message of safety. And the safer the body feels, the more it opens, the more it releases, the more it allows healing to happen. Now, remain here for a few moments, feeling that light, feeling that calm, feeling how your body begins to trust again. Because this state is the state where everything changes. And from here, healing is no longer forced. It simply happens. And now, in this state of deep calm, where your body feels safer, we are going to go even further inside. Bring your attention to the base of your spine, to the coccyx, and from there, imagine that a flow of energy begins to activate, very subtle at first, like a small thread of light, a light that begins to rise, slowly, traveling up your whole spine, as if your spine were a channel, a living, intelligent channel, capable of regenerating, of reorganizing, of returning to its natural balance. And that light begins to rise from the coccyx, passing through the lower back. And when it reaches there, where before there was tension, where you have been letting go, that light pauses gently, not to block, but to work. Feel how that energy begins to reorganize, as if it were aligning each structure, as if it were restoring space, as if it were decompressing, very gently, effortlessly, as if everything found its place. And now, imagine that this light expands slightly in that area, covering the entire path of the sciatic nerve, from the lower back, down through the buttock, the back of the leg, as far as it needs to go, and along that path, it releases, unlocks, harmonizes, as if it were removing interference, as if it were restoring communication between the brain and the body. And perhaps you can feel a a slight vibration, a different warmth, or a sensation of greater inner space. And that is exactly what is happening. Your body reorganizing itself from within. And now that light continues its ascent. It rises through the middle back, reaches the shoulder blades, rises toward the neck, and finally to the head, connecting the whole axis, as if you were lighting up your entire spine, as if each point were aligned in coherence, in balance. And in that moment, feel your whole spine from below to above, like an open fluid light channel, without blockages, without pressure, without resistance. And now allow that energy to begin descending again. But this time in an even softer, more integrated, more harmonious way. Like a perfect cycle, it rises, organizes, and descends, integrating. And with each cycle, your body feels freer, more aligned, calmer. Now, remain here for a few moments, feeling your spine, feeling that flow, feeling how everything within you begins to function better without you having to do anything. Because when the body enters coherence, healing becomes inevitable. And now, in this state where your body is already loose, your mind calm, and your system completely receptive, we are going to go even deeper. Because at this point, you no longer need to do anything consciously. Your mind has begun to open, as if the inner doors had been unlocked, and everything you hear now begins to enter directly into your subconscious, without effort, without filters, without resistance. So simply listen and allow. While your body rests, your nervous system regulates deeply. Every cell in your back begins to receive new instructions. Instructions of calm, of safety, of balance. Your lower back relaxes more and more. The sciatic nerve releases, decompresses, restores itself. Your body remembers how to be well. It remembers how to move without pain, how to support itself without tension. Every muscle learns to let go. Every nerve recovers its natural flow. Every tissue reorganizes itself. Your body enters regeneration mode. While you sleep, your system repairs itself. While you rest, your back aligns. While you let go, your body heals. And now, let these words integrate even more deeply. My back is safe. My body knows how to heal. Pain is no longer necessary. My nervous system calms down. Every day, my body improves. Every night, my body regenerates. I release the tension. I release the pressure. I release the need to protect myself through pain. I am safe in my body. I trust my process. I trust my healing. And while these ideas repeat softly within you, your mind begins to accept them. Your body begins to respond, and your system begins to change without you having to do anything more. Because now, you are not trying to heal. You are already healing. And the more you let go, the deeper this process reaches. The more automatic it becomes. The more real it feels. Now, simply allow all of this to continue integrating as you go even deeper into that deep state where everything is reprogrammed and everything begins to change. And now, in this deep state you are in, we are going to take one more step. Without moving, without effort, imagine that in front of you appears a version of you, a version completely free of pain. Observe how it moves, how it holds itself, how it walks, with naturalness, with lightness, without tension. Look at its back, its posture, its expression. Everything in that version reflects well-being, balance, freedom. And now, realize something important. That vision is not a fantasy. It is not something distant. It is not something you have to build. That vision already exists. It is a real possibility within you, like a memory waiting to be activated. And as you observe it, notice how it feels. Light, safe, stable, unafraid of movement, without the need to protect itself. And now, very gently, come closer to that version, step by step, feeling how something within you begins to recognize it. And when you are close, look into its eyes, and in that moment, allow something natural to happen without forcing, without thinking. Simply enter that body, merge with that version, as if you were putting on a suit, but not from the outside, from within. Feel what it is like to be in that body, how your back feels now, freer, more aligned, looser, how the sciatic nerve feels, without pressure, without discomfort, flowing. Feel your posture, your stability, your safety, and let that sensation expand through your whole back, your whole spine, your whole body. And now, imprint this within you. This is not the future. This is a memory that you are activating now. Your body recognizes this state. Your system remembers it. And the more you feel it, the more real it becomes. The more you integrate it, the more you make it yours. And in this moment, your mind, your body, and your nervous system begin to align with this version without effort, without struggle, only through coherence. Now, remain here for a few moments, being this version, breathing like it, feeling like it, existing from this new state. Because the longer you remain here, the deeper the change becomes, and the more natural it will be for your body to begin responding from this new place. And now, in this state in which you already are that version, in which your body has begun to reorganize itself, we are going to do the most important thing of all. Let go. Because for a long time, perhaps you have tried to understand, to control, to force, to make the pain disappear. And without realizing it, that effort also maintains the tension. But now, you no longer need to do anything else, because the process is already underway. Your body has already received the signal. Your nervous system is already regulating itself. Your mind has already begun to change. And at this point, the only thing left is to allow. So, very gently, let go of any intention any expectation, any need for results. You do not have to check whether it works. You do not have to observe whether it improves. You do not have to monitor anything. Just let go, as if you were placing something in the hands of a greater intelligence, an intelligence that already lives within you. That part of you that knows how to heal, how to balance, how to restore. And now, imagine that you lie down completely, not only physically, but inwardly, as if you surrendered all the weight, all the burdens, all the responsibility, and in that gesture, your body surrenders. But not from weakness, but from trust, a deep, silent, stable trust. And in that moment, something opens even more. Your system stops resisting. Your body stops contracting. Your mind stops interfering. And that is precisely there where healing truly happens. Not when you do, but when you allow. Not when you force, but when you let go. And now, let that sensation wrap around you completely, as if you were floating, supported, safe, without needing to do anything more, because everything that had to activate has already activated. Everything that had to change has already begun to change. And now, simply rest in that process, trust, and let go. Because tonight, while you sleep, your body will do the rest.